We want to give a massive thank you to our sponsors, Hublot. Hublot is celebrating its association with the UEFA Euro 2020 tournament by presenting a dazzling array of new releases, including the official timepiece of the UEFA Euro 2020 European Championship, the Big Bang E connected watch, as well as a brand new podcast featuring interviews with the greatest sporting icons, topping it off with an NFT for the first 200 customers to purchase the watch. Hublot loves football.
I've been on a late night grind, city lights, I'm on a late night ride. I got my drink on the rocks and my neck on ice. Time is money, so we tell them don't waste my time. Watching the hands ticking on my hoop blow, yeah. Big bang like I soon blow, yeah. Tailor fit for when I do road. On a late night vibe, yeah, you know. I've been watching the hands ticking on my hoop blow, yeah. Big bang like I soon blow, yeah. Tailor fitted with my Euro. On a late night vibe, yeah, you know, yeah. It's a vibe, we vibing late night, yeah. It's a vibe, we vibing late night.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to 5. This is Late Night Vibe. Rio Ferdinand, Beya, Stephen Howson. And later we will be joined by Dimitar Berbatov. We got to get England out of the way first, though. That was shit, wasn't it?
It was a hard watch, man. It was a hard watch. I came, you know what? You know, you saw me on the watch along. I bounced in that room. I came in like I had an air bubble in my shoe.
Yep.
On like cloud 9, thinking, yeah, England, we're gonna do bits. I crawled out of the room, and I don't know. It was just a subdued performance. I thought our defending, the passing from the defence was probably a bit slow. Our two centre midfielders were dropping probably too deep after the initial first 5 minutes when Calvin Phillips was making them runs. He stopped doing that. They were dropping too deep to get the ball. Then they were disconnected from the front players. So there was no cohesion from back to front. And then the substitutions, man. I thought the substitutions were poor. You can make a lot of substitutions now. We made 2 substitutions. When you can actually make 5 substitutions. Utilise that bench, man. That's what it's there for. We've got all these players. Sancho. Like, what's going on? What's he done? He must have done something behind the scenes.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said to Steve. I said, sometimes there's stuff, as you know, there's stuff that happen in training or whatever that we're not privy to, because I don't understand how this guy is doing what he's doing. Even players like Jude Bellingham, it would have been interesting to see. You know what I mean? It would have been interesting to see him come on. I think, for me, it's baffling. I don't think they had the tools to unlock the defence because, like you both said, they're not going to be able to sustain the pressure that they were putting on in the beginning. At one point, they were camped in their half. We saw it. But it's like no changes were being made.
The pace of the game didn't jump. Like, the best teams can slow it down, quicken it up. You watch France, you watch Belgium the other day. They can slow the game down and all of a sudden, bang. Belgium, half-time, it weren't going to plan. They were playing terrible first half. Come out for the second half, KDB's limbering up, changes the game. Hazard comes on, Witzel comes on. We've got people that can come on and change the game for us, but with substitute came on. Yeah, but Grealish come on for how many minutes?
Yeah, not enough.
Not enough.
Yeah.
Rashford come on for 13 minutes, I think it was.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect it to change the game.
Sterling on too long, mate.
Just be bold though with your substitutions. Like it's not working for us in the first half. It weren't absolutely terrible, but it wasn't anywhere near what we've come to expect from English team. Expectations were rising after the first performance. But utilise what you've got, man. Everyone, our forward line, Harry Kane was poor, man.
What's going on? Like, you know, we can't read into it too much. Body language. He just hasn't looked the same in the last couple of games. Do you think there's an injury there that we don't know about? What is it? I mean, he did come off, you know.
Yeah, he came off because he weren't playing well. Like, I don't know, he just doesn't look like, it's not the Harry Kane that we're accustomed to seeing in the Premier League. This season in the Premier League, he's lit it up. He's been the number 10, assist king, goal scoring king in the league. He's looked a shadow of himself in the last 2 games.
Is this a numbers thing? So like a pure, where are England overloading? Where are England putting pressure on the opposition? I see a team that lined up against England today with a back five. We lined up against them with a forward three. Where's the overload? Because the fullbacks didn't really
don't go
put
high.
pressure on the opposition fullbacks.
Don't go high.
If they went man for man across that back line with the fullbacks and the forward three, and then you've got Mount finding the extra man, he's going to be in space. But we never saw any attempt at overloading any single area. The only time we saw it was first 15, 20 minutes, we saw Calvin Phillips driving from deep.
That's it, yeah. When Calvin Phillips made them runs, that's why you think about someone like Jude Bellingham going in there and doing that. But maybe they were told not to do, maybe given a license to go forward. And that's the thing, is tactically as well, the players could have been told, listen, play a bit conservative. We're all going into this tournament thinking, please play with your handbrake off. That game was a handbrake game. We play with a handbrake on. That's what it felt like to me. And it ain't like... It's mad because the tournament can do this year. The first game we've come out of it, everyone's going mad. Oh my God, England, you can see something, you can smell something with this team. You come against Scotland, and you said this, the whole dynamic, the mood of the place has just gone, man. I'm depressed right now.
Yeah. Changed my mood. Something was going on after the round of 16.
Yeah, you've always been a pessimist.
When it comes to...
It's called realist, Rio, but you're welcome.
When it comes to the wing backs or left back, right back, we can see that he changed them for this game. Do you reckon that was a good move, bad move? Did it affect anything? What did you see? Did you like what you saw or what?
I just didn't see any attacking from the fullbacks. Sure, he's at Man United. He's up and down that left-hand side, patrolling it on his own half the time. Reece James getting up and down.
Tried. We saw a shot here and there, but...
Yeah, but like... I don't know, man. Like you say, Steve's right. There was no overloads. There was no like... Actually, he's pinned this team back.
No area was dominated.
Overload, yeah, where we're actually thinking like... Right, that's why when Grealish comes on, you're excited because you think he's going to manipulate, he's going to draw a few people out, bring a few defenders to him, someone's going to be free somewhere, but he weren't on long enough to be able to even start that. And I just, what I didn't see, which I didn't like with this team, I didn't see any patterns of play. I didn't see any things that I thought, that looks like that was worked on. Oh, that's straight from the training field. Oh, I can see him trying to get in that area constantly. Now, the first game, they were going over the top of Croatia in that channel
in the first
for
half,
Sterling to get in, etc.
Got you.
You can call it long ball, whatever. It's a tactic. It's worked on. I can see it. I didn't see any of that today. Calvin Phillips joining the attacks in the first game. That's why everyone was going mad about his performance, his timing to release himself. There was none of that today. No. And we put it down to a bad performance, and then that's just it, an isolated performance. Well, the Czech game will tell us.
I mean, there was a couple shining lights, I would say, if you want to call it that. I thought Pickford had a very good game.
Yeah, solid.
A couple good saves.
But isn't it mad that he had to do that? For starters, England should have dominated this, kept Scotland completely away from their box and not have him forced to make the sort of saves he was having to make.
It's true. No, I think you're right.
England got to be embarrassed with that performance. I thought, weirdly, again, Sterling gets into great positions. I just don't believe in his
I wouldn't say embarrassed. I think embarrassed is a strong word.
Embarrassed. England should have wiped the floor with that Scotland team, and they didn't because they played within themselves. I thought Foden looked
sharp,
really likely.
Yeah, he was good.
I couldn't believe he was took off.
Yeah.
Him and Grealish need to play together, or them with maybe somebody else.
Mount in the first half was a star man.
I want to say drop Kane, but I think Scotland was the game for Calvert-Lewin to be up against that defence, and
Pace.
you've got Tierney, who's not a natural centre half. Surely a good forward with a bit of nous is going to take advantage of that. Same with McTominay.
You can't start the game and not start Kane. If you say he should have come on earlier, like let's just say you say like 50 minutes or 55 minutes, I understand.
I understand Kane's always going to start as captain.
Yeah, you can't
Calvert-Lewin would have been good. Come on at half time that game. It's all hindsight, but you got to. I think. That's the job of the manager, to smell the game. To smell the game of where it's at and what's needed at the right times. And I think the substitutions are too late. It's hard for a substitution to come on at 13 minutes to go, man. And expect him to drag the result.
More Sancho, more Calvert-Lewin.
Can we just talk about Sancho, please? I said it on the watch-along twice or 3 times, but it's frustrating. He, for the last 3 seasons, has the second most goal involvements in this England squad after Sterling. Sterling number 1, Sancho number 2, I think only by 2 goals or involvements, and Harry Kane number 3.
And this is for Dortmund. Like, why I keep saying for Dortmund is you expect something closer to that at Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Like, he's doing that at Dortmund, bruv.
I really can't understand it. He didn't get on the bench in the first game. He don't even get his boots wet in the second game to get on the pitch. And you've got that talent sitting there, and you've got a team that are sitting, waiting to get beat really before they come in this game. And you're thinking, just unleash these boys, man. Unleash them to go out there and do a bit. And it's like, we look like a rigid old England team again. That's the disheartening thing for me.
Too scared to actually full out attack. And one thing that I was touching on a little bit before the tournament, because I wanted us to go into this prepared to fully low block and shit out a win. Because if you come up against France, you're not going to see the ball. So forget about having Mount in the team. Forget about having your people that are going to want loads of possession in the team, John Stones or something like that. Go with a complete shithouse team as your second option. But I think lurching too far to the right and too far to the left isn't in Southgate's nature. I think he likes this middle ground, but the middle ground's where fucking average and mediocrity lives. And that's where this England team is. He's doing less than the sum of the parts of this team at the moment.
But saying that, we've got to give credit to Scotland because you see them full time. They looked like they had 3 points.
0-0 win, no?
Do you know what I mean? No, but
no, you have to give credit to them. They the first minute told you everything.
Yeah.
One of them, I forget who it was.
One of them
smashed Luke Shaw.
Yeah.
It's old school. Let's have it. We're here to fight. And their intensity was there. They were on it. And they were resolute.
McTominay, centre back, I thought he had a really good game.
Yeah, he done really well. I think all to a man they done well, man. Che Adams another day gets a goal.
Caused problems.
But they fought, and I came into the game really thinking that England would bounce Scotland out of Wembley. But again, we all know it goes back to what you said the other day. This is going to be a different Scotland. Yeah. These type of games, we all know they create different feelings inside of players.
Even their subs, Armstrong, you were calling it beforehand.
Yeah.
I thought, I've seen him at Southampton, I thought, he's all right, but he came on and he looked like...
Energy. They had energy. That's what they had. They come with energy. They might have less quality, but they came with the right energy.
Yeah. Before, I know our guest is coming on soon, innit? Comments before we move on.
Sounds like there's a lot of Scottish people in the comments.
That's good.
Celebrate, lads.
Enjoy it, man. Listen, I think it's a great result for you guys. If you've got a great opportunity to play against Croatia, who have been average. We started thinking we were a really good team because we beat, and now we know what we know now, an average, aging Croatia team that have lost their big influential players, Rakitic and Mandzukic. So,
Sam saying England overrated. About they're a semi-final team, absolute dog crap. Duo says Scotland bridged the difference in talent through hard work and organisation.
I agree with that.
Notch saying Sancho and the others have produced against nobodies in the qualifiers. That's the problem. I don't think the qualifiers are fit for purpose.
No, they're not.
You're not learning anything playing against Malta and Slovakia. You're just not. Loads of people asking about why Sancho's not playing. Someone just with loads of ha-ha-has.
Can you give a big shout out of the names, please? Because they're...
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sancho, you know what? It's not even about him starting. Just get him on the pitch, man.
That is true. Agreed.
Give him some minutes.
I even think Grealish came on too late, to be fair.
Grealish, come on, man. You saw how when we was on the watch along, what it was like. We've gone from chatting and start talking about loads of stories to just going boom.
Focusing on the game.
Straight focus on the game. Focus on him.
I like this guy. He can come back. T-Bo says Steve warned you guys about Harry Kane before the tournament, and everyone laughed.
Oh man. But yeah, guys.
I wasn't really having Foden as well, but he's been very good.
Nah,
Foden's been good, man.
Good player. Yeah, you know what? I think we've got to get moving, you know.
Do you wanna give it in a burb now, or do you wanna carry on? Have you got anything else that you want to get into?
Man. Let's give it the burb now.
I think the people need to see Berber because what he's up to at the moment. People will be some surprise, but some of the stories he's got as well because funny guy, man.
Hold on, treat for you, Berbatov.
And here we are then, Dimitar Berbatov, greatest of all touches. Welcome to Late Night Vibe.
What's happening, Berbic?
Hey guys, Ferdinand, good to see you, man.
And you, man, you're looking good, but you know what? I think we're two of the guys that are actually looking better after we retired.
Hey, you and me, we look great as always. I don't know about them too, though.
So, Berber, tell us. We know that you got a book coming out, and we're going to be plugging that and speaking about that later on. but how's life been since you've stopped playing football? I mean, honestly, we see you're doing more interviews and you're extra happy. What's going on right now in your life?
Well, actually, right now, guys, I think I already told Rio, I am doing my campaigning for the president of the Bulgarian Football Federation because the time for change has come here in our country, actually. And people want that change. The important thing is that everybody support it. But in the end, it's about the clubs. This is how it's here in Bulgaria. The clubs vote. And when they vote, they need to choose a candidate and they vote for him, obviously. So I'm going around the country, campaigning, giving my program with my team. And in the end, we will see what they're going to choose. It's a bit difficult because as in any thing that you do, where is money involved, power involved, it's not easy to give it up. So power is not given, it's actually taken. So we're going to try to take it by law, of course, and bring that change that we need.
How do you actually go about doing this? Like, talk us through, because for everyone listening and watching, and myself and us guys here, how do you first make the decision, I want to run for presidency of this federation, then how do you start that ball rolling?
Well, I think, and I believe that in life there is a different science that you need to read first and foremost, and you need to see. And there's a couple of things going on in Bulgaria that show that the change needs to happen soon, because it's been now 14, 16 years maybe, and we have been going down and down and down, and we need to go up as much as we can. We are a small country, but still we need to make steps forward, but we're doing step backwards, which is not a good thing. We have a couple of scandals as well. One scandal involving you guys, England team, when they're here. You all remember that as well. So we need to work on all these aspects of football, not only on the pitch, but outside of the pitch. And when that moment came, about probably 1 year ago, I was speaking with friends of mine, with my colleagues, with Stilian Petrov and Martin Petrov. You know them, they both play in England, and they are in my team as well. And we decided that the time is right. I need to start to make my program. I made a press conference in Bulgaria. I stated my intention, and then started to go around the country and campaigning.
So you confident?
I think I'm confident. I think it's gonna be okay, but I'm not a naive person. I know how things work. I know how life works. I know there's gonna be bumps on the road. People working behind the curtains in a different way, but I am doing everything that is allowed, that is the right thing to do, and in the end the clubs, they're going to decide, are they liking it in this situation or they need the change.
But what specific changes are you trying to change the way Bulgarian football's run?
Oh my God, this is a big subject, and I am going to tell you a couple of things. First, that the Bulgarian Football Federation should pay more attention, first and foremost, on the kids. I don't know how do you say in English. The kids, where they under 20, under 9, under 10, under 11. These kind of ages. They need to develop this process. The amateur football is really bad shape in Bulgaria. The professional football needs to be separate from all these stages. The referees is a big problem back here in our country as well. And stuff like this, that you need to have a strategy, you need to have a program and to start working on it. But some of these problems are so big for so long that you need a program 10 years into the time to try to fix all this.
Is things like discrimination and stuff a part of your agenda as well?
For sure, for sure. And this is not only part here, it's part, and it's a big problem everywhere around the world. We witness it, we talk about it. We're trying to do something against it. It's still there. You know me, you play with me. I have no problem whatsoever with these kind of things. And as much as I can, I always try to speak with people, with young people, about stuff like this, because it's unacceptable. And it's still here. As much as we try to do, it's still here. And it's part of our education to show the young people coming after us that this is not acceptable.
Berba, top man, of course. You're doing great stuff in Bulgaria. When you first arrived at Man United,
did you think you were going to have the impact that you had? You know, you've got great players like Rio, fantastic set of players. Did you know from day one when you walked in that you could make an impact?
Well, for sure, if I look back, I think that I have some regrets that I can do better if I had a chance. One thing is that maybe in the beginning I needed to be more open because I'm a private person, I'm a shy person. Now I'm changed, I'm more open, I speak more, but back then, probably because I was a bit intimidating with the players around me in United, you know, because I was going in with champions. And I never said that, of course, because we men, we're like this. You don't admit stuff like this. So I keep to myself. And when you see Rio and Vida and Giggs and Scholes, Rooney, Ronaldo, of course you get a bit intimidated. And that was my problem because I need to be more open. Like Rio, do you remember Anderson? He was like, high five everyone, you know, stuff like this. Which I always wanted to be something like that, but I wasn't. Now, looking back through time, and that time a bit changed in these aspects, I knew that was my mistake. But other than that, I was very fortunate, and I worked my ass off to go to United. This was my top. This was my personal top, and you know, I'm very proud because I come from a small country. And, you know, that's why, Rio, you're joking about, but I'm very proud for my medals I have because this was my top and I'm going to show it to everyone, you know.
No, I agree, man. I agree, and I love it. Do you know what it is? I agree with your point about you were shy at the beginning because some people would take it as you being arrogant or ignorant, maybe. But I used to always say to anybody who used to question it, I'd say, no, I think he's just shy, man. He's got a big personality you can see underneath, but he's just shy to bring it out. And then once you did, man, you was one of the guys. But another thing about your style of play was like relaxed. It was just cool. He's walking around the pitch with his comb, just doing his hair. Like, he just looked cool, man. But he was a hard worker behind the scenes.
Really?
Yeah, man. In the gym. I don't know if it was because of vanity or because it was to be a better player, but he worked hard. He ate the right stuff. He didn't drink. He was really, really much a hard worker. So sometimes the style doesn't necessarily portray who the person is sometimes.
You spoke about here a second ago, Berber, there about being quiet and maybe a little bit reserved. Do you think that United dressing room is intimidating?
It can be, man, because you don't think it, like Berber just said, you're walking in there and you're walking. So I walked into people that have been winning multiple championships as well. And you've got people like Roy Keane, Bex, Veron, Van Nistelrooy, Scholesy, Giggs.
That's meant to be intimidating.
And the training session, I don't know about you, Berber, the first training session was my most nervous time I ever had at the club.
Really? Is that the same for you, Berber?
For sure, because not my first training session, me driving to the training session, me signing the contract with United and then thinking, oh my God, you know, now I need to train with these guys. Yes, I deserve it. I worked my ass off to get where I was, you know, but then that realization, now I'm going to meet, you know, Rooney, Ronaldo, Rio, Vida, all these players that have medals around their neck and I have nothing, you know, and it's intimidating factor. But the other thing is also one of my small regrets. I'm coming from a small country. And back then, all I wanted to do was play football. Do you remember that? Berba, can you give an interview? No, leave me alone. I want to play football, you know. If I was more open and bring my profile a bit more out there, then that was going to be more beneficial for me because I can see some players now with big profiles outside of football, but they are not good football players. Just because they have good profiles, you know, out there, good PR and stuff like this, and people, their thinking change and they think they're good football players. And the other way around, Scholesy, for example, Rio, you know him better, he doesn't give interviews and stuff like this, but he was one of the best football players, you know, and he didn't get the attention, in my opinion, that he deserved most of the time.
I used to say to him, Berber, man, just do the interview. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Rio, go away.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And I say, God, this guy, man, and then all of a sudden he changed. Once he retired, these guys on social media, I see these guys, this isn't Berbatov, I know.
Yeah.
But this is the Berbatov that was there, waiting to come out.
Really?
But he was so focused.
So we always talk about your touch and everyone's always complimenting you, etc. Who did you think had a good touch at Man United? Because there's quality players. Besides Rio,
oh, he's been talking mad shit in the back, you know.
Yeah.
He's been saying he beats you at 2-touch.
Was there anyone better?
Well, let me tell you something. All jokes aside, I can joke about this all the time. Rio knows me. Rio, as a football player, man, cover your ears. You are, of course, very intelligent, and you're reading the game 1 or 2 steps ahead. You and Vida, everything is said about your partnership. And in the end, my touch, I always try to get better at it. It doesn't matter that I have it in me. And it was always, for me, interesting to develop myself, to get better and better as much as I can, not comparing to anybody else. And in United team, honestly, when you look around, you see gigs and scores, the touches, the thing they can do, and everybody is different. You cannot compare two players, in my opinion. Everybody have a different things and view on the game. And I always admire also hard-working players, because without them, you don't have the balance in the team. You can put 11 like me in the team, we lose every game. We lose every game, for sure. You need to have the balance, the hard-working people, intelligence defender like Rio, and then you have Vida, who have after every game, training session, tooth missing or blood covering his face or grass around his, and he was all the time for the team. You need to respect stuff like this.
Yeah. Who did you prefer to play against, Rio or Vidic?
Well, that was a nightmare, trust me. In the training sessions, because big players, intelligence, nasty when they need to be nasty. And it was a nightmare, and that's why Rio, sometimes I play in the defense in the training sessions.
Really? Were you allowed to do that?
He used to play like Beckenbauer.
Really?
Yeah, because I wanted to train myself how the defender is going to think in the games. So then I can get into the mind of the defender and know how to react when I play against them. And also because my father used to be a defender, so I have that in me. And playing five-a-side, I always play in the back in the defense. So it was interesting for me.
I used to say to him, Berba, get out front. Yeah. What are you doing?
And he's not.
He used to ignore me and just play defence and then do 1-2s and that. I used to think this guy is crazy, man. Then come the weekend, score a hat-trick against Liverpool.
Wow. Berba, so I'm going to keep sticking with this touch topic because that's what people want to know about you. What are you doing to improve a touch like that? Because I'm yet to see something like that. What are you doing to keep improving? Is it just natural ability or what is it?
I think it's a given. It's a natural ability, but you need to develop it and start working on it as soon as possible. Example, when I was a little boy, as I write in my book, which Rio never read it so far. Yeah. And it says, when I was a boy, small boy, probably 10 years old, something like this, nobody told me to do this. I just took a ball, I go outside my apartment block, because the ball actually was a basketball. I didn't have a football. A basketball, which is a heavy ball. So I took it. I cannot kick it hard. So I start to, to
throw it out.
To throw the ball up, stop it with my leg. Throw the ball up, stop it with my leg. I don't know why. I don't know why. I felt it was the right thing to do. And when the time passed, I was doing that all the time. All of a sudden, when you reach an age where you're now more grown up, you know what to do, that training session starts to pay off, and that habit of controlling the ball, it's unlocked, and you start to get better and better and better, and then start to train in a different way how to stop the ball, but you need to start from early age.
Just a quick one, Berbo. It's obviously this time now is the Euros, and obviously Bulgaria, your countries are not there at the moment, but who are your favourites and who have you been most impressed with so far?
Well, guys, I have sentiments towards two countries when mine is not there. First is Germany, because I played 5 years there, and they done so much for me, and they developed me as a player and as a human being. And the other one, obviously, is England. Of course, my greatest success are connected with England, so I'm cheering for you guys and for Germany. Hopefully you, with the talent you have into the team now, you can do something, and it's not going to be another tournament where you have regrets after that.
Berba, sorry, is it coming home? Is it coming home to England?
Well, in a way, I hope that it's coming to you because, as I said, the talent you have into the team, it's unbelievable.
Who do you love? Which players do you love?
Well, I have my the way I was a striker, so I watched the strikers. So of course, Harry Kane up there, Rashford up there, Sterling up there. Everybody is impressed with Foden, of course. But I was most impressed last game with that boy.
Calvin Phillips? Calvin Phillips.
Sorry, yeah. Oh my God, he had a great game in my opinion. Honestly, great game. But overall, your team, I think, is have a great future. And as I said, I hope you don't have any regrets after that tournament. Honestly.
Righty, we're going to do some quick fire questions, Berber. So this is just you. Answer as fast as you can. We've only got 60 seconds. Are we ready for them, Mads?
Let's go. Let's go.
Quick fire questions.
Can't see the clock. Right, you ready, Berber? Time starts now. Right, how many goals did you score in your entire career?
What the fuck? How the fuck should I know?
Right, cool. 299. How many did you score in the Premier League?
I don't know, 100 and something.
94. How many did you score for United?
60.
56. Doing really well here. How many assists did you get for United?
20, something like that.
27. How many have you scored for Bulgaria?
48, all-time goal scorer.
Now he knows one. How many red cards did you get in your career?
Probably 2.
3. How many goals did you score against Arsenal?
2.
5. 2 for Tottenham, none for United. 2 for Fulham, 1 for Monaco. What was your transfer fee to United?
30 million.
30.7. Who did you assist more in the Premier League, Robbie Keane or Wayne Rooney?
I think Robbie Keane.
It's both with 6. And finally, is it true you used to take your own cutlery to the canteen at Carrington?
Take what?
Take your own knives and forks and plates and stuff?
Well, let me tell you something. Do you see the world that we're living now? I was seeing that in my head, Rio.
I used to see this guy, come into the canteen with a bag and undo his bag so slow and meticulous and pull out the plates and stuff. And I used to say to the lady, Carol, you know Carol's the great lady, the canteen lady, what is going on here? She went, Rio, I don't know. He just brings his own plate and his own fork because of hygiene. This guy's talking about, I was thinking, wow, he saw COVID before COVID came.
You saw it in advance. Look at him.
What about, what's it called, your book, man? What made you write your book? Listen, loads of players do books afterwards. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to do a giveaway. We've got 20 books signed by Dimitar Berbatov
20
to give away to the guys. So you've got to get in the comments and we're going to pick people randomly. You've got to be a follower, obviously a subscriber.
Yes.
Notifications on and you're going to get a chance to win a book.
Yes. You've got a comment as well.
Well, you see the name of my book, Rio?
It says Dimitar Berbatov. What does it say in red?
My Way.
Wow.
Oh.
Because people were asking me while I was playing, Berba, don't you think you should change this and that and shit like this? So talking about, and I'm like, of course not. This is me. This is how I play. This is how I see football. This is what brought me success. This is what made me score all these goals that people talk about. This is what made me do that turn against West Ham. And Ronaldo scored the most easiest goal in the world.
Ooh.
If I change myself, I was going to betray myself and I wasn't going to be me. I never changed, and I'm very proud of this. And of course, that book, I talk about all this, but it's more about the young players back home, if you want, because we are a small country, we have talent, but they are easily unfocused. And after a while, if they see some bumps on the road, some difficulty, they give up. Yes, we all have our problems. Growing up, you have temptations. We have more here probably than everywhere else. But if you stay focused and concentrated on your goal, even if you swear a little bit, eventually you're going to find your way and you're going to find your success.
Wow.
I did it my way. Yeah.
Oh man, Berba, you've been brilliant. Thank you very much. You know what? We're definitely looking forward to doing the giveaway. And yes, we'll be able to put the link in the description for your link as well, for your book as well. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you soon as well. Okay.
Definitely. One more question before we go. Yeah, I can't leave without asking you this. If you could play in one striker in the Euros right now, there would be someone that would complement the way that you play, who would it be?
You mean the strikers now in the Euros that are playing?
In the Euros that are playing now.
Well, I'm not going to say a striker, Rio, because you have a difficulty. But I'll say who I would like to play from these players at the Euros. One name straight away in my mind, Kevin De Bruyne, because that guy is looking the game, is reading the game 3 steps ahead. Did you see the assist he gave yesterday?
Oh, yeah.
Woo! I was saying shoot.
Yeah, I thought it was a move.
Shoot! Oh my God! Kevin De Bruyne, have you seen what he just done? That's what it was like.
This is football, Rio. For me, this is football. Exactly that assist yesterday. This is football.
Last question. I keep saying last question. I've got so many to ask him, so the people can understand this guy, because he was different.
Yeah.
Did you prefer to score or assist?
Well, I will take assist every time and every day, because if you do it like De Bruyne, or my assist against West Ham when I did that Berbatov spin, I will take this every day, honestly.
Wow. Did you know this when you were playing with him?
Yeah, I thought this because we used to do shooting. He never used to do shooting properly. I used to think the guy don't want to shoot. He wants to do assists.
Did that make sense to you?
No, I actually think this guy's crazy. But
in the end, it's about if I can do the hard work and I make someone else look good, I will make it. And every time I score a goal, that was all in my head. When I score, yes, I celebrate. But if someone else has done the dirty work and gave the ball to me so I can look good, the first thing I do, I go to him and I say thank you.
You never said thank you to me, man. What's going on?
You never gave me the ball. Anyway, only difficult balls around here somewhere.
Yeah. Berba, top man. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Berba, man. Thanks for your time, bro. We catch up. And don't forget, if you haven't got Berba's book, My Way, go out and get it, man, because you got it in English as well, innit? It's not just in Bulgarian, you got it in English print.
English, berbatov.com. You go, you buy if you want, you read, you feel good.
You learn.
Have you read it yet, Rio?
I read my part.
Yeah.
I'm going to take it in. Now he's done this, I'm going to read it. No, he's very kind. His words about the players.
Really?
He's got chapters on the players. It's a really good book. You get a lot of insight into the players, man. It's good.
Nice.
All right.
Cool. Cheers,
Thank you very much, man.
Berbatov, my guy. Thank you.
Right then, that was Dimitar Berbatov. This was Late Night Vibe. Thank you guys for tuning in as always. Hope you enjoyed the watch along earlier. Hope you enjoyed this. Make sure to subscribe. Get your comments in so you can win a copy of Berba's book. And we will see you guys in the next one.
Also,
Tuesday, watch along. Last group game.
Watch along. But also, make sure you click the link in the description. You can check out the Hublot watch. Thank you very much, Hublot, for sponsoring the show. And we'll be back soon. Peace.